Hi there. So this was a requested video that I did, a really delicate, gentle whisper, slightly on the verge of softly spoken. And again, I'm not going to make this binaural, so I hope that whoever requested that is okay with it, but maybe in the future I'll make a binaural version of this. And I'm also going to show you some of my favourite books, because that was also part of the request. And I have some lemon and honey tea here. It's quite hot though, so I might not drink it for a while. But I like the mint and the polka dots. It's quite pretty. Okay, so the first book I have isn't so much of a novel, but it is 14,000 Things to Be Happy About. And I picked this up about a year ago or so. And it is literally 14,000 things to be happy about. So those are each of the pages. And it's a really, obviously it's quite a positive book, and it's a nice book to have if you're ever feeling down, and it's also quite an inspiring book as well, because there might be a name of a food in here that you could cook or something, so it's quite nice. And it's roughly 605 pages, and it is by Barbara Ann Kipfer, and this was about $13 in Australia, which is quite cheap, but I guess it's because it's slightly smaller compared to this, although some of you might think it looks big on me. So yeah, I just like that. I can read you some of them as well. So let's go to page 457. That's just really random. Okay. Fireflies winking their undecipherable messages. A baked potato anytime. Donating 5 things you don't need. Buying classic clothes. Terracotta Mexican candlesticks in grey, blue, sand and white. Some of them are a bit random, but yeah, I enjoy that. Okay, I just have some dried apricot here as well. Okay. So this is the Moth Diaries, and I actually read this after I saw the film. It's a gothic horror novel, and it is written by Rachel Klein, and it is about these 2 teenage girls at a private girls' boarding school, and they're very close, they're best friends, and it's the character writing in her diary, so it's in diary form, but it's not kind of annoying to read, it's a good read. And what happens is this new girl called Anessa comes to school, and she sort of becomes best friends with one of the girls, not the girl who writes in her diary, but her best friend, and so the main girl feels a bit jealous, and then she discovers that Anessa is actually a vampire, but it's not the cheesy vampires that you see is based on Susanna Kayson's time spent at a mental institution in the late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, the late 60s. And what it's about is Susanna, she went to a psychiatrist who she'd never met before, and after only a half-hour session, Diddy sent her off to a place called McLean Hospital, sorry. And yeah, so she was in the ward for teenage girls, and Sylvia Plath also went there, so that's interesting. But it's a really gripping novel, and I highly recommend the film as well. Angelina Jolie even won an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in a film in 1999, so that was very cool. And again, it's an easy read, but it's quite dark, but it also has, some very human moments in it. And even though not all of us may have a mental illness, it's still quite relatable due to emotions and just journeys of people. So yes, that's a great read. I might have some tea now. Okay. Oh, too much lemon. Okay. So this next book is Beautiful Creatures. This is quite a fat novel as well, but I read it quite quickly even, and it has a nice sort of dark cover with purple writing. And this is written by two authors, by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. And this is very much like To Kill a Mockingbird, but with witches and like magic, and not the whole story is based on To Kill a Mockingbird, but it is about this small country town in the south of America, and we meet this boy Ethan Wainwright, I think his name is. Yeah, I'm not sure. And he meets this girl called Lena, who has just moved in with her uncle. And her uncle is this very introverted, mysterious person called Macon, and the whole town has conspiracies about him being magic, and the family is actually magic, but they don't say anything about it. And there is a curse on Lena that on the 16th moon of the 16th year, the book will take what it's been promised. So, yes, I won't give you too much, but this is a good read if you're sort of teenage years or early adult. I mean, anyone could read it, but that's probably what it's mainly based towards. Yeah. Okay, I better hurry up. This next one is a classic that many of you, I hope, have heard of, and it is Truman Capote's Breakfast at Tiffany's. It's a very thin book. It is literally only 100 pages. Yeah, that's how thick it actually is. And then the rest are short stories by Capote. So I read this quite quickly, but it is about Holly Golightly, who is this beautiful, glamorous woman in the 40s of New York, and we see it in the perspective of her neighbour who lives beneath her, I think, or above her, above her, and they meet, and it's about their adventures together and how she's sort of, just this very crazed woman. Yeah, it's quite a beautiful book. Okay, and the final two, it's kind of a funny story. This is very similar to Girl Interrupted, where it is about a boy who is in modern day times depressed and tries to kill himself, and it is about his experience in a mental hospital and just about the people he meets, and it is based off a true story because the author, Ned Vicini, he had depression for quite a long time, and unfortunately he actually killed himself a few years ago, I think, or last year, which is quite sad because, it just shows how much it really got to him. But this is a beautiful book. I love the front cover as well because the front cover is based off the character who is called Craig. It's based off pictures he draws of, maps in people's minds, and so it's quite strong in the book. And I think not all of it is based off his real experience. Like, some of it is obviously fictional. However, this is great if you're a teenager. Okay. So, the last one is The Virgin Suicides. This is by Jeffrey Eugenides. I can never say his last name. And this is set in the 60s, and it is about these boys who are obsessed with these 5 sisters, all the Lisbon sisters. And what it is they're recalling 20 years later about their time over a summer watching the girls, and it's slightly haunting, but watch the film first, I'm gonna say, even though that's a weird recommendation. But yeah, it has Kirsten Dunst in it, and it's by Sofia Coppola. So I hope you like that, and bye.